Very good evening, everyone. I'm Tarun Nagpal, Director at Global Tech Nexus, and it's an absolute pleasure to welcome you to the Tech Excellence Digital Session. These sessions are designed to bring together thought leaders, innovators, and industry experts to discuss the most pressing challenges and opportunities in technology landscape today. It's a pleasure to welcome you to this exciting panel discussion today on CxOs navigating the digital transformation journey in 2024. Building a culture of innovation with strategic approach, agility, and key technologies in today's rapidly evolving digital landscape. Companies are pushing boundaries of what's possible as technology reshapes industries, and CxOs facing both immense opportunities and challenges. Our goal today is to explore how these leaders can build a culture of innovation, adapt with agility, and harness key technologies to drive meaningful transformation in their organizations. We have an exceptional lineup of speakers today. Some of the industry leaders are doing great with their digital transformation and leading technology in their companies. Each of them bring in a wealth of experience and expertise into this discussion. So let me introduce them briefly. To begin with, I would like to welcome Sonny Supriyadi, the Chief Digital Officer of Maybank Indonesia. And then we have Wilbert Darmadi, who's the CIO of Toyota Astra Motors. Hello, Darmadi.
Yeah, hi everyone.
And we have with us Sooraj Jayaraman, the Senior Director of VRise. And this is followed by Bibhakar Choudhary, the Lead Digital Banking and Automation with Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. So like you see, we have a stellar lineup of speakers today who will be sharing their insights on their journey to digital transformation and what's trending in the industry. With this, I would like to request each one of you, all the experts, maybe we can start with Sonny. If you could quickly introduce yourself and maybe speak a little about your journey towards digital transformation and what you are currently doing with your organization. Sonny, over to you. Please unmute yourself before you start speaking.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Sonny Supriyadi. I'm CTO of Maybank Indonesia. I've been in the position for almost 6 years now, looking after Maybank and also sister company and subsidiaries, so 6 organizations. Thank you.
All right. Next in line, Mr. Darmadi, if you could quickly introduce yourself.
Yeah, okay. Hi everyone. I'm Darmadi. I'm a CIO of Toyota Astra Motor. Toyota Astra Motor is a distributor of Toyota vehicle in Indonesia. I already in charge in this position around 10 years, and with all my career, around 28 years of my career, I spent in the automotive industry. Yeah? So now I lead digital transformation at Toyota in Indonesia, and as a CIO, I support all the how we can utilize the technology to boost the business performance to support the business.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for that intro, Mr. Darmadi. Next in line, we have Sooraj Jayaraman. Over to you, Sooraj.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Sonny and Darmadi. So I'm Sooraj Jayaraman from based out of Singapore. I'm Senior Director at VRise. So what we do is digital product engineering. About my background, I started as a developer, maybe 15, 16 years back. And after that, I found a company, Performatic Solutions, helping companies to build digital products. And now we have merged with VRise, which is predominantly in the emerging technology markets, building solutions for supply chain logistics, healthcare, fintech kind of products. So what my role would be is to help the clients to solution products in the APAC region as well as the US. So that's what I'm pursuing now. Thank you.
Thank you, Sooraj. Over to you, Bibhakar, if you could please quickly introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hey, hi. Hi, good evening, everyone. So
Hi,
I am
good evening.
Bibhakar Choudhary. I am a lead in digital banking and automation in Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. So I am leading all the digital initiatives for the corporate customers and the automation projects for the bank. I am with this bank from last 5 years, and in the career span of 13 years, I have worked with SDFC, IndusInd Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank. All are the leading banks in India, and in the side of products and product marketing and the business development, everything I have done that. So here, what we are doing, we are a small finance bank. This is a new generation bank in India, and we are setting the goal to be a digital bank completely. So all the initiatives we are doing to set our customers experience in center and make the banking products and banking products and services affordable to our customer. So these initiatives we are taking care right now.
Thanks for that intro, Bibhakar. So, like you all see, we have a stellar lineup of speakers today. Everyone who's excelling at what they do in their respective organizations. And today they are here with us to share their insights on what's trending in the industry. So, I will quickly jump into some of these interesting discussions surrounding critical success factors for digital transformation initiatives in 2024. So, let me start with Darmadi. Darmadi, if you could maybe run us through, some of these critical factors that contribute to the success of digital transformation initiatives in 2024, especially with a lot of these emerging technologies and changes happening around. Over to you, Darmadi.
Okay, thank you, Taron. Yeah, this is a very interesting question. Yeah, so there are three keywords here. Yeah, I want to start with the explanation so we have the same understanding. Yeah, first, the keyword is digital transformation. Yeah, the second, we are talking about the most critical factor, and the third is 2024. Yeah, so let's talk first about the digital transformation. What actually the digital transformation? Sometimes the people mix it with the digitization, digitalization, yeah, and digital transformation itself. Sometimes people thinking about they're doing the digital transformation, but actually not. They only do digitization. They only do digitalizations. So what is digital transformation? Yeah, I try to simplify it. Yeah? So the digital transformation is something big, yeah, bigger than, of course, than digitization or digitalization. Yeah, the key of the digital transformation is first business transformation, and the second is digital technology. So digital transformation actually how we have the business to transform using the digital technology. That's very important, I think. Yeah, we should have some understanding. Yeah. So if we are talking about the business transformations, I always ask everyone, yeah, if we are discussing about the digital transformation, yeah, we should start from the objective first, yeah, from business point of view. My question is always, what actually your business want to transform? Yeah. So everybody, especially the chief, yeah, CEO, yeah, the president director or somebody that at the highest top level, yeah, should able to answer the question, yeah. What actually your business want to transform? If you cannot answer that, it means you are still trying to find what actually we want to do, yeah. So if your company can answer it, okay, then we can drill down it more detail how we transform our business, actually what our objective, yeah. Then we drill down it how the digital technology can help business to transform their objective. So I think that's very important, yeah. The first keywords, what actually the business want to transform. Sometimes the answer is I want to speed up our process in manufacturing, for example, to speed up the vehicle distribution, yeah, for example, yeah. Okay, but that's is it big enough to become a digital transformation? That's only we utilize the digital technology to doing the digitalization, yeah. Is it big enough, yeah, the objective for the company? Because the digital transformation is actually at the company level, yeah, not at the division level, not at the department level, yeah. So that's very important. The second things, the most critical, yeah, like let's back again, what is the most critical factor? So after you know what is actually your business want to transform, yeah, usually it will end up with one objective end, yeah, increase the profit yeah, increase customer satisfaction. Usually like that, yeah, at the end, yeah, at the end, yeah. So if we are know that, what is the most critical factor? I always mention that because the digital transformation, if you are asked to me, who is the most responsible people, yeah, to lead the digital transformation? Is it CIO, CEO, or who? Yeah. If you are asking me as a CIO, yeah, I will answer, that's not my responsibility. Yeah, I was, that's not my responsibility. Yeah. So because this is at the company level, yeah, I think the most responsible person is the CEO. Yeah, the highest level. Yeah, so the CEO need to able to what I see, lead the digital transformation. Yeah, push the digital transformations. Yeah, so if you are asking what is the most critical factor, I always mention is the leadership from the CEO. Yeah, why? Because he determine this company he want to bring to where. Yeah, but of course our in the C level, or at the board level, we need to support the CEO, yeah, and discuss together, yeah, but the decision is all at the CEO. So the most critical factor I always mention about the leadership. Yeah, the leadership. 2024, yeah, what is different from the last year, for example, 2023, 2022? Yeah, always if we are talking in technology, yeah, because the business transformation support by the digital technology. What is different from year to year? Of course, the technology disruption, yeah. Now everybody talking about AI. Maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, nobody talking about AI maybe. Yeah? So 2 years ago, what the other things? Everybody talking about IoT maybe, yeah. Yeah, so different things. So I think in 2024, because everybody not talking about the AI, the AI become a differentiator, yeah. So when we are running the digital transformation in 2024, how we adopt the latest technology in this situation, for example, AI, yeah, to help the business to transform. So I think that's my answer, Tarun.
Right. Thanks for that in-depth response. And yes, I mean it's interesting to know how leadership, like you mentioned, CEO needs to drive this on a larger level, right? And
Yeah.
then it flows down. So we will get Sony's response to this. As a senior leader and an expert in data analytics, what role do you feel that data analytics is playing currently in driving successful digital transformation initiatives, Sony?
Okay, thank you, Tarun. What Darmadi mentioned earlier, this is quite broad spectrum. The journey from digitalization, and then digital transformation, and try to bring forward into how to look digital transformation. Digital transformation is something like end-to-end, basically, something that's huge, something that's scale. So it is not in the division level, it's not in the group, small group level, but in the enterprise level. So when we're talking about that, what actually it carries from data perspective, data is the lifeblood of digital transformation. It is the one that's being carried from end to end, basically. Why is that? Because it is through data that we as a decision maker can make informed decision making faster. So that's the idea from internal perspective. As an organization, we want to make decision faster. So how can we do that? We have to be able to get what we call as a data culture. So data-driven insight. And it's basically looking at the how we analyzing things, how we move raw data into data that clean enough to be analyzed, and then move forward into people that making decision into something that what we call as an insight, and it is actionable insight. So those story from zero to hero only works if there's a data in it. Otherwise, it becomes something that you will not going to make any value out of the digital transformation. What else is data for? It's data also not only just making decision on that, but also risk mitigation. We don't want to make decision based on just, okay, profit only. But on the other hand, it's going to be hampering the business. We don't want to have that. So we have to look at the risk possibility that may occur based on this decision. So what's the impact, basically? What else? That is from internal perspective. What about from the external perspective? Who's this decision made for? Our customer, of course. So we want to embrace the customer through this digital transformation by enhancing the customer experience. Everybody now have their world in their hands, basically, isn't it? Mobile banking is one example of. We've got more than 100 million people here that are using mobile banking in Indonesia. Either they use one or one just for transfer money from one to another, or receiving money, or whatever they wanted to do with it, investment, and so on and so forth. It is enhancing this customer experience. How are we going to do that? By personalize it. Personalize towards individuals. We cater for you, for me, for he, for his mobile phone. This is for you. For her mobile phone, for her needs, this is for you. And so on and so forth. But also we can get feedback analysis immediately if they don't like it. Oh, I can see whether you like this button or not. You never use this button, for example. And then I can see that you don't like this product. I can see this is the product that immediately attracted all these customers. By looking at that, the feedback is very quick. And what else that we can do from that, from customer perspective point of view? In the olden days, we used segmentation. Now we use personalization. Now we've got the feedback very quickly. What motivates one people may not motivate other. Some people like A, some people don't like A. That may change over time. By understanding this, of course, there's a challenge on that as well. I understand there's a GDPR, there's PDP, Data Protection Act, and so on and so forth, that we may have to comply with that as well. But when we're talking about data, that are the main roles of the data within the boundary of digital transformation. Of course, you're going to push innovation as well. So that is a few things that are, in my view, are quite relevant in this discussion. There, what we bring from data perspective for the digital transformation. Thank you, Tyrone.
Thank you, Sonny. I think that was quite detailed and quite informative in terms of how data is fueling various decisions across companies. As a follow-up to this, Sooraj, this question is to you. Of course, we are adapting to various disruptions caused by emerging technologies. How do you see AI, machine learning, big data transforming business operations and decision-making process? Sonny did cover this to an extent, but then now we also have AI adding on to it. And then, there are various aspects in terms of security, so on and so forth. So over to you, Sooraj, if you can share your insights on how AI, ML, and big data technologies are transforming business operations and decision-making process.
Yeah, thanks, sir. Yeah. So, you did mention that, AI is becoming a popular topic, nowadays, because many companies are trying to, accept it and implement that. But coming from this tech industry for the past 2 decades, if you ask me, like, we have started seeing some improvements in machine learning and AI. We have started implementing in products, even say 10, 15 years back when IBM Watson came in, but it was not so popular then, and the business used to use that, whenever they required. So I would probably split the time we went through till now into 3 phases. One, like initially, we had problems with capturing data, right? So there were many systems made, many manual systems, like, on paper. So then we started building systems to capture data. Then we went through a cleaning of data to ensure that, whatever data we are collecting, is usable. And now we have, technically started using the data in a good way, So that improvement you have seen. So this is like a collective effort that is probably in a progressive nature for the past 20 years or so, or even before that. But by analyzing vast amount of data in real time, these technologies now allow companies to uncover patterns and insights that were previously hidden or previously not known, or maybe known only to a certain group of people. So this bringing data together is obviously helping company. Again, depends on the company's operation, but then it definitely is helping to make decisions and also transforming how or improving the processes. Right. For example, AI can predict a customer behavior, helping businesses tailor their marketing campaigns, in a more effective manner. And also, machine learning enable business productivity now, so the business can plan better, and also it automates a lot of routine tasks, and then by freeing up employees to focus on more strategic activities. And then on top of this, as an umbrella, big data aggregates all this information, giving business a comprehensive view of their operations, which again was always in the interest zone of especially the CxO levels, who probably in the meeting. And maybe I'll just quote an example of what we did in the retail sector, a practical use case of AI ML, by integrating AI ML module into the supply chain. So the client was able to predict which products would be in high demand at different times of year. So previously they obviously have a pipeline, people buy things from them, then there is always this stock problem. I think now it has become a solution already. Most of the supply chain knows what is a high season, weak season. Previously we used to manually track this, but when you bring AI or ML, going through the historical data, you are practically able to predict this stock keeping and preparation. And then this allows them to obviously optimize their inventory, reducing excess stock, as well as minimizing out of stock situations. And they did saved a lot of costs, but then they also improve the customer satisfaction because the right products were always available when needed. So see, this is like this is a good fact of this AI ML coming in, and when it is used in the right way, is that it's helping both the company as well as making the customer satisfaction improve. And so just to summarize, AI, machine learning, or even big data are enabling businesses to operate more efficiently and making smart decisions. And ultimately, they are helping to stay ahead of competition, because as you know that the competition in the market is quite heavy, and everybody is coming with new technologies, how to make the customer. So end of the day, the customer is the one who is going to get benefited. So it's a win-win for both things. So we embrace, this automation or AI machine learning that is bringing in, and it has got a big future. At least now companies started looking seriously into this, and we are getting more and more access to big data, which is helping to automate stuff and also improving the overall experience. Yeah, that's what I would like to say.
Awesome, Sooraj. Thank you for that. So far we've noticed the various levels of digital journey that Darmadi spoke of, and then Sonny did add on to how data analytics is actually a key to digital journey of any company for that matter. It's fueling everything. In fact, like Sooraj mentioned, it's also fueling AI itself, right? AI being one of the most leading factors spoken around globally these days. So in midst of all this, Bibhakar, this question over to you. Strategy and agility in digital transformation plays a very important role. And how do you think companies can identify gaps in their digital strategy, and how can organizations foster an agile approach towards digital transformation in this fast-paced tech landscape? Over to you, Bibhakar.
Fine. Thanks, Tarun. Yeah, thanks, Tarun. So this is a very good question, because when, as an organization, we are prioritizing our digital transformation, it must be aligned with the business goals. Because without having any business goal, we cannot achieve what we are thinking for. So without prioritizing these business requirements, if we do take the initiatives, it will lead nowhere. So first, in my opinion, we should understand our business goals, and it should be our transformation initiatives should be aligned with that. Then it comes that how we are achieving it, the process. So first we have to set the goal, then we have to set the process about that. So when we are making the process to achieve that, we should, as Suraj rightly said, these days AI is a buzz in the market. So we have to understand that whether that process can be automated or not. Because if we do it through automation mode, then we can achieve we can achieve that initiatives in a faster pace. So our in any organization, our center should be our customer. So when we are achieving that customer experience should be better, or we are giving more value to the customer, what we are giving them in the service or the product. So to achieve that, we should understand whether it should be benchmarked with the industry or not. So we have to benchmark with the industry without about our offerings, and it should be process driven also, what I communicated. Then it came about that how we can make it agile, because when we are doing it the traditional way, it can be achieved, but value will not be passed to the customer at a certain level. So to make it agile, we have to prioritize with the development. So it should be aligned with our goal should be aligned with our technical teams also. What we are doing in the bank, when we are taking any projects, we first discussed with our development team also whether they are capable enough in this particular time frame or not. So we have to make our stakeholders aligned with our goals. So if it is not aligned, again that gap will be created. So we have to encourage our team members to be agile, because agile, what I mean agile is a mindset completely. So when you create that mindset among your team members, that goal will be achieved very quickly. So that mindset we need to create among our team members. Then we have to create that culture also, because it might be possible few of your team members have that mindset, but if it is not that culture in your team, it may get affected, because few members will not be aligned with the process and the goal. So we have to make it as a culture also. And at last, what I want to add here, again, that customer, because customer should be in our focus. So what we have to see in that project, if we are giving value to the customer in a certain point of time, it should be delivered. Then we can move forward. So that agility needs to be created as a culture in the organization, and it should be aligned with the business. Process should be defined, and we have to see that whether it can be automated or not. If it is automated, we must follow that path. And benchmarking, of course, if we are far behind with our competitor, then there is no point of having in the market, I can say, in the so straightforward. Then so these are the parameters, metrics, what we need to define to identify the gap, and then to be agile to achieve that our goal.
All right, thanks for that, Bibhakar. Yeah, so you did speak of the role of stakeholders playing a key important role in this, and you covered various other aspects in terms of how this can how a culture, a digitization culture or agile culture be beneficial for organizations, right? So speaking of this, of course, changing strategies of CxOs play a key role here with technologies changing every single day, right? I would like to bring in Darmadi and Sonny, both of you, to add your bits to this. I'll start with Darmadi. Maybe how should CxOs adapt to their strategies to address various disruptions being caused by these emerging technologies, Darmadi?
Yeah, okay. So one thing that we are now that technology is evolving very fast. Yeah, and that's for sure. Yeah, this today, tomorrow maybe there's a new other technology. So that's for sure. So the key here, I think, is how we can adapt, yeah, with the new technology and adjust it in our digital transformation roadmap. That's the key, I think. Yeah, how to adapt. Yeah, I believe that if we are talking back again, yeah, when we are talking digital transformations, for me, it's actually if you are the big company, maybe it needs at least 3 years, yeah, to transform your business. Even the more bigger company, maybe you need a longer time, yeah, because not easy to transform. Yeah, this is what I am talking about, the real business transformation, yeah, not the digitalization. Digitalization maybe less than 1 year. You can finish it. Yeah, that's a kind of the digital project. Yeah, less than 1 year. But if we are talking the business transformations, more bigger the company, I think it's more not impossible to in the short term. Yeah, so we need to create a roadmap. 3 years, 5 years. Yeah, what is our ultimate goal? Ultimate goal to transform the business. And for sure, in the 3 or 5 years, the new technology always coming. Yeah. So, for example, every company, including us, yeah, to increase the customer satisfaction, we deploy a kind of the chatbot for the customer service. Correct? Yeah, I believe now almost every company they already have a chatbot. Yeah, so the customer can easily reach the company asking for something. Yeah, so we built the chatbot. But now the AI is coming. Yeah, how we adapt the AI into our business transformation strategy? Yeah, chatbot is already on place. So, for example, for me, yeah, the easiest way, why don't we improve our chatbot capability, not passive? Yeah, not the current chatbot. I think most of it is passive. Yeah, why don't we embed the AI in our chatbot so chatbot it become more active, yeah, and more smarter. Yeah, so that's one example. Yeah, so AI technology coming, we adopt it, we put in our transformation technology, we have a chatbot, we embed the AI on the chatbot, yeah. So we can take advantage from the AI, yeah. Meanwhile, we are still on our right path in our roadmap to the business transformation. That's one of the examples. So back again, the key is the ability to adapt. Yeah. How quick we can adapt the new technology without we forget our ultimate goal of the business transformation. So
Right.
I think like that, Tarun.
Right. Thanks, Darmadi. So, yeah, I kind of agree with you that, eventually it has to be business transformation because that's where it all leads to. And there is a good amount of time that it takes. By then, there's already new technologies being introduced,
Yeah.
right? So it's an ongoing journey for a good time frame. Now, coming to Sonny, how is the role of data analytics changing with increased adoption of AI? Of course, we know that data is fueling everything, right? And it plays a paramount role in artificial intelligence, of course. What has been the strategic shift for enterprises? What would you like to say to this, Sonny?
Yes, it's a massive actually transformation, data transformation, culture transformation, and it leads into digital transformations. So when we're talking about this, is I think some of you still remember, yeah, when we have to use spreadsheet to provide a report for monthly report. Yeah, remember that monthly report in the Excel spreadsheet? Yeah, okay, that's good. That's in data analytics term is descriptive data, where it is basically we want to find out what's going on with our business. Oh, the sales is going up, or sales going down, or the cost going up, cost going down. There's a lot of retention, no retention, and so on and so forth. But then the question would be, why is it happening? So we need to deep dive into the descriptive analytics. So we change from that into we want to know why it happened. From that onwards, it's evolved again into what's going on next month, what's going to happen if this is continued. And that we call it as a predictive. So it's slightly shift the mentality from that's enough to understand it, what's going on to my business. Okay, we know this. And then why is this happening? Okay, we got the root cause. If this is continuous, what's going to happen? That predictive. So what is the best can happen to me or to my business? That is prescriptive. To avoid this happening, you used to utilize this, and this. That is the mentality of that shift that we already perceive or witnessing during this period of maybe in Indonesia in the last 10 years. In the UK, where I used to live 20 years in the UK. So So it's been going on quite some times with the advance of technology and so on and so forth. So that, how can we drive the resources that we have into that direction? And that is my job, sadly. So part of it is not just about the data that we banks have got millions of data, millions of transactions per day. And are those data is good to have and good to use? Not really, no. You have to clean that up first. Yes, we capture that, we sanitize that. We hope that the sanitized data can be used, isn't it? That process from raw data to sanitize it is, oh my God, nightmare. It requires a lot of technology. It cannot be done manually anymore. Why is that cannot be done manually anymore? Because digital is instant, my friend. We're talking about the difference between half an hour, 5 minutes, or second or millisecond. The sooner that we have the data is being clean, the sooner that we have the data being clean and then ready to be used, then the better the speed, the velocity of those information move towards the other end. So that is from perspective of predictive analytics, from prescriptive analytics. That's the thing that we've done. What else that can change? In the past, we are happy with the print, and then there's PowerPoint. No, my friend, it's not going to. That's not enough. What we are building here is interactive dashboard that can change in real time. So when I started to introduce this in Maybank 2019, we put an example of the dashboard that able to reduce hundreds of reports. What happened with that? What am I going to do tomorrow for the rest of the analysts? Because all the data is being centralized, the data being mastered and then ready to be used instantaneously. And that, what happens with that is that we are able to deliver analytics not just for the people that wanted to use it, the top brass people, but also for those on the ground. So that's, we call it as a democratize the analytics or data. So far, by utilizing those dashboards, people can see that immediately. They can filter it, just like in the Excel. You can filter that, but it is running in real time. They can see what happens if we want to move it forward to few months based on this analytics. That's what's going to happen. They can see that as well. So the simulation is the key within those analytics that we are trying to produce better and better within this industry. So yeah, there's a strategic shift from what Darmadi mentioned about static. Again, in this field analytic, we have also static data, static report, from static into more interactive. So that is a shift that immediately can be filled by us and can be felt by our colleagues and also can be felt by the customers. Thank you, Tarun.
Sure. Thank you for that, Sonny. And yeah, like you rightly mentioned, it's literally fueling pretty much every aspect of business and the various stages from where it started to where we are today, having quite interactive dashboards, so on and so forth, to make valuable decisions. Now, this, of course, is also enhancing the way customers connect with a company, how customers engage with a company, right? So I would like to get your bits on maybe Sooraj can go ahead with this response. What role does this play in personalization of customer experience, and how can companies effectively implement personalized strategies?
Yeah, thanks, Tarun. I think I'm totally enjoying this discussion. So where we are going in the right route of telling about data and how AI is coming in. And at the end of the day, the customer experience is what I think we are all landing in, like how the customer feels to use the products. So AI plays a part and data. So personalization is something that is closely related to the customer experience. So for example, why are you patronizing our brands? it's not because there is obviously a reason that they produce great products, but then after a while it becomes a cult. So if you're an Apple user, you keep buying Apple products because it fits in the ecosystem and it's very personalized. Any of the system you use, your Mac, iMac, or laptop, or even iPad, so that personalization is there. Once you are into that ecosystem and you are getting the same experience everywhere. So this is something which in the traditional business, in the age-old days, you have some sales people in the company, who are very close to some of the customers. For example, a retail shop, you take a Hermes shop or a Cartier shop. So there are sales guys who know that these are their regular customers, these are their premium customers, and when they walk into the store, and the guy already knows like what the customer's taste is, and the customer sees products, which is very much inclined to what they're looking for. So this, obviously there are two aspects to it. One is a psychological aspect where the customer feels that he's important and the brand knows his preferences, which obviously converts to business. And the other one is that the dependency of this salesperson, who has that skills to understand the taste of the customer. So the digital transformation in this perspective is how it became disruptive. Is like, you say the customer walks to a Hermes shop in Singapore, he walks to a Hermes shop in, say, LA, then you still have using digital, you can share this customer preferences across the stores, and the customer walks in to any of these brand, he gets the same experience, same preference, etc., etc. So we started bringing like a loyalty system, a membership kind of system, where you have a certain aspect done. But with how we are advancing in this thing, with this unified data again, the company can offer very personalized recommendation, or target promotions, tailored loyalty rewards, both online and in store. So digital transformation in any sector would be in this perspective, like, to personalizing a customer experience would be like, bringing all the system under one ecosystem. Say if there is a physical store, there is an online store. What is the, again, as Sonny was mentioning, like you take the customer journey into past, present, and future. So past and present, past data is used to understand how the customer is going presently, and then you can actually predict, and you can also proactively do things, to make customer happy, to promote, etc. on your product. So it's directly reflecting to your business. So personalization, when it's becoming popular, when companies started adapting to that, obviously it directly impact the revenue of the company, because you are opening a avenue to upsell or sell more products to a specific customer, and that's something the customer is looking forward to buy. That is a fantastic change we have seen in this digitalizing the data and bringing the customer experience. And even if you take retail, you leave even banks, and probably since there are people coming from the banking background, I think we all know that when banks were very functional in the past. So we know that when we put money, we for an interest, or we take loan, we pay loan. It was very transactional and functional. But now you can see that how personalized it has become. Once you go in, you see your analytics, your spending habits. And again, this is like a long time effect of how banks, and that also tells you that how important the customer has become. So any company who is doing traditional or even in the digital space, I would suggest the basics of the business have not changed. Understanding your customer, what the customer want, and probably proactively giving them more than what they expect is always resonates to the success of a business. And personalization is, again, you're putting just one word for this, all this effort that is done by a company, and making it digital is definitely enabled. And marrying this with AI and big data and ML is actually taking it to a next level, where the customer is astonished to see that how good a brand of. Just to on a side note, if you ask me, a product which knows me in and out even better than my wife would be ChatGPT. Because I have been asking all the professional, personal questions. Previously it was Google, but at least it knows that they're just going to use websites now. But that is the personalization, because we are going back and asking all these questions because there is personalization. So ChatGPT understands, okay, this guy is like, this is his personality, this is what he's expecting. And so right, so we are loving it, and it became so popular just because of that. You feel that it's a close buddy sometimes your advisor, sometimes can think like, what the client can think. So that's what, well, for a simple understanding personalization, answer for personalization, I would say.
Right. Great, Sooraj. I totally agree with you how generative AI is, taking over every aspect, be it official or be it personal, be it, drafting something on a business level. Or I was talking to a lawyer or a legal consultant the other day, and he told me how he's using AI to quickly draft contracts as well. So yes, generative AI is literally sweeping across all the verticals, I would say. We are running short of time, but then I will quickly throw in a question at Bibhakar. Of course, there's a lot of change happening in the technology landscape for enterprises. Uh, Assessing ROI and measuring benefits of these technologies is something which becomes very important, right? So, from a strategic standpoint, how can organizations prioritize technology investments and measure ROI? I know this. Most of these questions would require a lot of time to respond to, but I would request you to keep it as short as possible, as we have limited time left.
Right, Tarun. Of course. So when we are making any strategic decision as a CxO level, then we need to understand the ROI also. That is definitely, you are correctly told it. So we have to first understand that what is the impact it is going to be when we are making any investment for any digital transformation initiative. So we have to understand the impact. Then we have to prioritize those projects which is making impact more than other. So we have to list out the projects and we have to stand out those which is lesser in priorities because of the impact and the customer experience, because my focus always remains on the customer, making customer experience better and better. So when it is going to be impact the customer experience in a wider space, then of course it needs to be prioritized. Then we have to understand whether it is scalable or not. If it is only making short for a group of customers, then we can deprioritize it. But if it is as an organization level, it is making a change, then of course it needs to be prioritized. Then we have to see that what is the business impact. Of course, we need to understand that, because when we are making any project, we understand our customer base. Then we have to understand from business point of view how it is going to impact on the P&L also, because we need to justify to investment to the management and the investor, of course. So we have to show the impact on the P&L also. So of course, business needs to be considered in the center. So these are the three points what needs to be considered when we are making any project prioritized. Then we have to understand the CBA point also. When we are making CBA, and if it is regulatory in nature, then of course we can make it go. But when it is not a regulatory change, then of course we need to stick by the CBA also. So when these points are considered, then we can get maximum benefit out of that project. And we can say that, yeah, of course, ROI is, because when we are making any strategic investment, so ROI cannot be pulled out from day one. It can be from the 1 year, 2 year investment, and benefit will be go longer and longer. When we are, as Sooraj told, and the Sonny also added on that point, when we are pulling the data and we are extracting the pain points of the customer from that data, because when we are making the, as Sonny added, we have millions and trillions of transactions. So from that data, we can understand the pain point of the customer from the transaction side. So when we are taking that project into consideration, we can understand that, yeah, this is the pain point which is impacting the customer on the wider side. So we can take that project, and if it is CBA is not profitable, CBA is not positive, also we can take that project. So CBA is of course a considerable point, but few aspects is there where we can neglect it or deprioritize it. CBA can be in the last priority also. So these are the points which can be considered. And of course, stakeholder, because without a stakeholder management, we cannot run the show. So a stakeholder must be aligned with our thought process when we are prioritizing the projects. So of course, these are the points which can be considered. And of course, I'm repeating my older one, training and needs to be done regularly, because when you want anything in the culture, then training is very much important. So when you are putting agility in your team, in your organization, training is much needed. And when agility is in your agility is as a culture in your organization, then of course you can extract maximum benefit from that project.
Right. I agree with you totally, Bibhakar. There's absolutely no two ways about it. And I have 10 to 15 more pages of questions that I could ask. Unfortunately, we are running short of time, to be honest. I mean, I'm sitting with such a fantastic panel today, but we are running short of time. So to round this up, I would like to ask each panelist to share their final thoughts or a piece of advice for CxOs or their industry peers on how they can navigate this drastically changing face of technology so often. And yes, of course, we are talking of 24, but then, this is something which goes beyond 24. So I would like to start with Sonny. If you could just take a minute to give your final thoughts on this.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Get your data ready. What I mean by that is the foundation of digital era is data. If you haven't done it, do it now. So make it clean. Clean is good. That's for me. Thank you.
Awesome. Over to Darmadi. Darmadi, your quick take on this.
Yeah, business transformation with the digital technology is something a must-have for all the enterprise. Yeah, don't wait, just start and create a clear ultimate goal before you start. And don't worry, yeah, many challenges, but please be sure that everything will going well, and have ability to adapt to all the technology changing. I think that's for me. Thank you.
Right. I guess the ability to adapt is something which is a key point there, and to align it to business transformation meaningfully. Thanks for that, Darmadi. Sooraj, your take on this?
Yeah, Tarun, again, wonderful discussion. So I learned a lot of things today. And so if you ask me, any company who want to do digital transformation or want to catch up the AI boat, I would say that make an assessment whether or what is necessary for that your business goals, right? So sometimes we have seen blockchain coming in. There was a buzz because I'm in the industry where I create products, right? Or my team creates products. We have seen that IoT coming in. So don't go with that buzz, but then do an analysis. Look into how the business is going to benefit by adapting some of these technologies, how your end customers are going to benefit. So end customers, again, we put it into two buckets. One is if you're improving your internal systems, then your end customers, yes, your employees, right? So how this is going to benefit the employees, how they're going to adapt, are they ready to adapt is something which you need to assess. And the end customers, how the experience is going to improve. So definitely if these answers are yes to, or even by 5%, 10% there is improvement, then you identify the gaps where you're lacking. Again, it doesn't have to be just to catch up with a competitor, because the competitor might take a different turn altogether. We have seen a product built for something and have totally turned to do something else. So then every business has a business goal. Obviously, revenue is one, but again, there is a mission or vision you have. So whatever technology that helps to achieve that, accelerate that, you should be ready to adapt that. There is no point resisting that. We are not going to that, right, because we anyways have customers, right? So that's what I would say. Like assess, decide, and execute. That's how you should take it.
Great, Sooraj. Thanks for that final remark from you. And Bibhakar, quickly jumping to you, your final remark.
Yeah, it was a fantastic discussion. We could explore a lot of perspective towards the digital transformation. So my final take is that when any organization is going for the digital transformation, first they understand their customer and they understand their business goal. then they have to prioritize the projects, what needs to be prioritized. And it is very much essential. They need to create a culture of innovation among the team members. Then only we can achieve the digital transformation goal for the longer run. It can, because digital transformation is not a project. It is of course, it is also a culture for the organization. So we need to build that culture. For they have to, organization has to invest in the trainings. They have to understand the research and marketing for their products and services, what they are offering and what competition is offering. And of course, customer experience must be in the focus, because everything we are doing in digital transformation, that is to enhance the customer experience. So the customer should be in the prime focus for all the initiatives. That's my final words.
Right. Super. Thanks for that, Bibhakar. I mean, I would love to continue getting more insights from you experts. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, or we've overshot it. So thank you so much for joining us today. And, you've shared some very valuable insights, ranging from, digital transformation journey, how it's more complex than ever with changing technologies. Success is something that is key in terms of, be it business transformation or any strategic approach that we choose to go with. And actually going with the agile mindset, or being more adaptive. These were some of the key outcomes that I would like to highlight from this discussion, right? And as leaders, it's not just about keeping pace with change, but also about shaping the future of our industry. So I guess we will have another round of discussion with you, lovely technology leaders, to discuss what the future holds for us. But again, thank you so much for joining us today. And I would like to thank our audience for joining us as well. Looking forward to host you for some more similar sessions. Thank you.
Thank you, Supriya.
Thank you, Tarun.
Tarun.
Thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
It
you.
was really nice meeting all of you.